Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Bob Boom. I'm your host, Bob. If there's any ads on my channel, then YouTube put them there. Wow. I'm not sure if you've seen this whole Diablo fiasco that's going on, but woo, that is a hot frying pan to jump into. Technically, what happened, a bunch of people who decided to sign up for BlizzCon reserved their tickets, flew all the way to it. They all went out there expecting to have fun and a great time. A lot of those people probably even spent hundreds, if not over 1,000 hours playing Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. They were big fans. Then all of a sudden, Blizzard decided to say, hey guys, we're coming out with a new Diablo and it's a mobile game. It's going to be free to play and it's going to have microtransactions. Woo! That did not work out great. Now, sure, there were lots of arguments online. Oh, well, you're just entitled gamers and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, hold on, you are a triple A company. Yeah. You are a triple A company and you fucked up this hard. That means that you have distanced yourself from what your audience wants. Just outright. The backlash happened because you did not cater to your market. You decided to cash in, not to mention they used a third-party developer. It didn't actually come from Blizzard Studios. It came from someone else in an whole nother country. It wasn't even in the United States. They messed up hard. They dropped the ball and they thought everyone was just going to accept it. They thought everyone was just going to be okay with it. That's not what happened. So now all of a sudden, you have some people out there defending it. Some people are definitely against it. I'm one of the people that are against it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still play my fair share of mobile games. But if you're expecting me to just bend over backwards and accept this as, like some big announcement. No. Now, sure, you can still come out with your game. I'm not even that big of a Diablo fan. So, yeah, come on. Come out with your Diablo game if you want. But as like this big old amazing announcement to do at your once a year convention that people spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to attend to, this is what you have to give them. This is your big reveal. Now, don't get me wrong. If you would have put it to the side and said, hey, look, we're coming out with it. If you want to play it, you don't have to, all this other kind of stuff. But that's not what they did. They hyped it up. They got all the big wigs and everyone to get on stage and act like it's going to be the next big thing. That's not what the people wanted. That's not what they were expecting. Sure, is it on some level is it entitlement? Maybe. I mean, if I spent 1,000 hours in a fucking PC game and someone came along and said, hey, look, we're making a really shitty mobile version that's really watered down and there's going to be microtransactions for it. I don't fucking want that. You hyped up this big reveal for that? I don't fucking want that. Get that out of my face. Oh, man. Now, there are some people out there that are even crazy enough to say that because of their launch or something like that, it's somehow politically entwined and all this other kind of crap. Politics has nothing to do with it. I swear, there are people out there that are outright like, oh, well, this is because of these certain type of people, and they're only saying that because they're mean or they're misogynist. Like, yeah, someone actually used the whole, well, the largest market for cell phones is women, so if you hate this, then you probably hate women. They really tried using that argument. I saw that, and it blew my mind how someone could just be so dense to think that it even is remotely about that, instead of it just being a bunch of neckbeards that really enjoy what that core experience was and were expecting something related to that core experience and just being told, here's a third party shovelware cell phone game. You get what I'm saying? Like, you pretty much took away something that they loved and made it way worse. So we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that goes. Recently I beat God of War. I didn't beat all the Valkyries. If you know what that is, good for you. If you don't, that's fine. They're optional bosses in the game. There's like 8 of them. And if you beat all of them, then you get to beat the super boss. And you get a special little trophy for it that like 7% of people have gotten so far. That's kind of about it. There's no other point to it. The ending was actually pretty calm. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but there really actually wasn't a whole lot. It kind of ended suddenly. If I had to compare it to anything, there's plenty of dialogue in it. Graphically, the game looks phenomenal. There's lots and lots and lots of lore and like I said, dialogue for you to listen to, stories to tell. There's lots of interactions between Kratos and his son. It's not that bad. Is it the God of War that I grew up with on PlayStation 2? No. No, the combat is definitely different, and there's more of an RPG aspect this time around because you have to worry about his different armor sets and passive abilities and attributes like strength and vitality and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, fine, whatever. I kind of got past that once I kind of got stronger. But the first half of the game, I was getting my ass kicked. Like I was dying nonstop to like level 3 and 4 enemies. And I don't think it's inherently because I sucked. I did just play the game on normal, but I was having a hard time, I guess, with its combat. Like I wanted to be really offensive, you know. I wanted to just go out there and just rip things apart. Like the whole time I had like this God of War mentality, but all of a sudden, like it's trying to teach you parrying, when to properly like dodge during the fight. And sure, dodging is normal, but they want you to do that a lot. They want you to parry a lot because they give him a shield that he can kind of activate on button press. Then there's also like stun gauges and stuff like that. They want you to build up stuns so then you could just kind of use a finisher on them. It wasn't bad. I mean, 8 out of 10. I got it on sale. It finally went down to around $40. Yeah, all right, fine. I didn't do anything else with it. I did a lot of the main stuff. I did a lot of the side quest. But still, like I said, it ended kind of abruptly. Like I felt like there could have been a little bit more. And so maybe there will be a God of War 5. I haven't really looked into whether or not they said that there will be a God of War 5. But I digress. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I played Dynasty Warriors 9. Now they ooh, talk about dropping the ball there. They came out with the trial version of Dynasty Warriors 9. Now, I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan. I wouldn't say I go out of my way to play every single spin-off or anything like that, but Dynasty Warriors 8 was a fantastic experience, and if you ever got a chance to play co-op with it, it was even better. But Dynasty Warriors 9, I don't know what they did. I downloaded the trial for it. It gives you 3 trial tickets, so you can play whatever person you want. And I found my boy. I found Meng Huo, right? I found him. You know, like the guy who literally uses enemies as weapons. Like he doesn't have swords, he doesn't have a mace, fans, or anything. He just has big ass gloves, and he grabs a guy and he uses them like a baseball bat. Like that's my guy. You go in, you go in there. The only weapon you need is yourself, buddy. You get that shit. And I'm like, oh boy, I can't wait to play. And I was terribly, terribly disappointed. Oh man. Almost all the shadows, at least this is on PlayStation 4. This is me trying to get some use out of my PlayStation, you know, other than the exclusives that I've been playing. There's no shadows. The frame rate's terrible. Oh my God, the screen tearing was everywhere. I didn't know what to do about the screen tearing. There's collectibles, there's crafting. There's this big open world aspect to it. I mean, a massive map with a mini map showing you where all the collectibles are. There's watchtowers like in Assassin's Creed where you have to climb up at the top of the tower, and then it unlocks on the map certain locations for you to go and capture or loot or whatever the hell it is they want you to do with all of them. It's like, holy crap. Like, can we get back to why people loved Dynasty Warriors? And now all of a sudden it's like $35. It came out, what was it, this year? It came out this year and it's already down to $35. That's kind of bad. You have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. That Dynasty Warriors 9 was not a good release by any means. The combat also felt kind of clunky. Like I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, all right, well, let's find something to fight. They added sneaking to it. They added like a sneak button so you could like try and take out enemy installations like without alerting them and all this other kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm Meng Huo. Like I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to go in charging face first and destroy everything in the process. Like, you should have just disabled that sneak button, but triangle, or that very top button, is sneak. They added a stamina bar for running around. So, like, I had to wait for the character to, like, catch his breath, so then I could start, sprinting again. And oh my God, what did they do? Absolutely terrible. But there's my 2 cents. And so far, this has been one hell of a ramble for 10 and a half minutes. Let me take a sip of this tea that's been sitting here for a while. Good Lord. Man, I just don't know what to tell you. If they ever make a Dynasty Warriors 10, I hope they learn from their mistakes, because Dynasty Warriors 9, I was originally hyped for it, and I do not want it. I don't want it. Thank God for the trial. Thank God for that demo version that they released, because I don't want it. I'm glad I did not spend $35 on that, because I would be calling Sony right now trying to get my refund. By the way, if you buy a game with Sony, like through their store, if you spend, what was it? If you spent less than a specific amount of time, or if you have less than 10% of the trophies, they will refund it for you. I actually tried getting a refund on a game that I purchased. It was Gundam Versus. I thought it would be as good as Gundam Breaker. I wasn't a fan of it. Gundam Breaker's pretty good. I have Gundam Breaker 3. It has to be imported, but there is English subtitles. But anyway, Gundam Versus, I accidentally earned 12% of the trophies just by pretty much booting the game and playing 3 matches. And that disqualified me for a refund. And I think I paid like $50 for it. That was a little while ago. So just make sure not to earn any trophies, especially the ones that you get for free from fucking starting the game. Y'all take it easy.